There's a blessing in Hebrew that goes, "May you live to 120." That certainly sounds like a stretch, but what if it's actually possible? In ancient China, people believed living to 100 without signs of aging wasn't unusual. They attributed it not to magic or genetics, but to balance. To those of us living in the modern world, it sounds outlandish and boring. The ancient quote is in the details of this video. But they believed in resting with the sun, eating simply, breathing deeply, and avoiding excesses. These practices nourished a substance they called Jing, your life essence. Life essence cannot be restored once lost, so the goal was to slow the decline as much as possible. I like to think of it as your life's battery, so we can bounce back from poor sleep for a night or two. This is resilience, but hard living over a long period takes a toll and years off your life. Fast forward a few thousand years, what we now know is that neurons in the brain can live up to 120 years, unlike the rest of the cells in our body. So 120 years has resonance throughout disciplines. But the science also shows that there is a limit to our lifespan. It's not limitless like the tech bros are hoping, but it's pretty long. In a recent study extrapolating blood markers and step counts, the upper limit to our lives is somewhere between 120 and 150 years, referenced below. The approach of the ancients of working with the season and with their own biology is the safest. Yes, modern medicine is trying to hack our lifespans, but remember, these efforts can backfire. Brian Johnson, who follows a Spartan regimen in an effort to live forever, had to give up rapamycin because it was hurting his lab results. In other words, it was shortening his life. So buyer beware. Today, science studies longevity with biomarkers like telomeres, the tiny caps on our chromosomes that shrink as we age and when we have prolonged stress. We also know about genes like sirtuins, mTOR, and AMPK that flip on our body's repair programs, but only when life gets hard. And here's the paradox. To live longer, you have to get a little uncomfortable. You can't live long by sitting in a room safe and sound. Cold, heat, fasting, and exercise, these challenges, when done gradually and in moderation, activate longevity genes. This is called hormesis, when small stresses make you stronger. But what if there was another way, one that activates the same longevity pathways while you rest? Well, acupuncture, an ancient practice, does just that. Research shows it balances your autonomic nervous system, lowering stress hormones like cortisol. It improves heart rate variability, a sign your body can adapt, rebound, and stay young. In traditional Chinese medicine, we call this protecting your jing, or life essence. Modern science sees evidence for it too. Acupuncture may increase AMPK, trigger sirtuins, and promote autophagy, or your body's cellular cleanup. So maybe the ancients weren't wrong. Maybe living to 120 isn't about hacking your biology, but remembering how to live in rhythm with it. Want to learn more how to merge ancient wisdom with cutting-edge science? Subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and explore more details in my book, Radical Resilience. Thanks for watching.